Hi, you guys. We're in our textbooks one last time. This is the last quiz you're going to have to take over text from your textbook. And so this is kind of a milestone for you guys. You're almost third graders. All right, we're going to be reading Poems in the Attic. And this is actually going to be a collection of small poems, which tells this whole story. Okay, you'll see what I mean in a second. Our reading strategy for today is making connections. Remember, if you are thinking about how you can relate to what the text or the poem or the story is saying, and you can think of ways that you understand that in your own life, or maybe you know someone who has dealt with these situations or gone through some of the same things, you can relate to it. And when you do those things, you understand and you remember the text a whole lot deeper and a whole lot better. Okay? And that's what good readers do. And you guys are good readers. All right, let's do our Meet Nikki Grimes, the author.
When Nikki Grimes was growing up, her family moved a lot. She remembers what it felt like to change schools and to have to say goodbye to friends. Reading and writing helped her feel better. When she felt she had no one to talk to, she wrote poems and stories. Ms. Grimes wrote Poems in the Attic from her own experiences and from stories of friends whose parents served in the military.
Okay, right there. Can you guys make a connection? Some of you have moved a couple of times in your lives. I have quite often. You guys, a lot of you have never lived anywhere but Monday or in that area. And so you might not can relate to how Nikki felt growing up, but through her poetry here in a minute, you're going to be able to put yourself in her shoes. And you'll be able to imagine how it might have felt for her growing up and having to move very often. So this is titled Poems in the Attic by Nikki Grimes and illustrated by Elizabeth Zunon. So if it's titled Poems in the Attic, what's your prediction there? Make a quick prediction. Do you think she finds poems in the attic? Do you think she goes up to the attic to write her poems? I don't know. We will see.
Poems in the Attic. Grandma's attic is stacked with secrets. Last visit, I found poems Mama wrote before I was born, before I was even imagined. She started when she was 7, same age as me.
Okay, so you can tell this little girl is up in the attic. There's all these memories, these trinkets, storage items, and she's at her grandma's house, right? And so she has found poems that her mama wrote.
Air Force brat. Thanks to Captain Grandpa, my mama had a childhood on wings, flitting from place to place. Cedar box. I choose you to keep all my rememberings safe. Poems about home, no matter where that might be. Each place is special to me.
Okay, you guys, look at this line. My mama had a childhood on wings, flitting from place to place. What does the author mean by she had a childhood on wings? That's figurative language, right? So, do you think that means that maybe they moved quite a bit and so it felt like they were constantly flying from place to place when she was little? So, this is her in her grandpa's Air Force hat, and she's looking at a picture of him, which is a memory, right? Who do you think this is? What's your prediction? Let's keep going.
Grandma says, memories can be like sandcastles the waves wash away. My mama glued her memories with words so they would last forever. Cabrillo Beach, California. Home on leave, Daddy took me to the Grunion Run. Our flashlights found them, slim fish, silver as new dimes, wiggling ashore to lay eggs.
Okay, so Grandma Says is the title of this short little poem. So it only has one stanza. Remember, a stanza in poetry is just kind of like a paragraph, right? So this one's one stanza with 4 lines. Does it rhyme? Nope. Remember, not all poetry has to rhyme. Look at this line. My mama glued her memories with words so they would last forever. That's kind of a cool use of words, isn't it? I love that, meaning that she wrote them down in her journal so she would never forget them. Okay, here we have this little girl again. Who do y'all think this is? Do you think this is the girl's mama? And then this would be her grandpa? I think so.
Bedtime. Grandma sings me to sleep with one of Mama's poems. I dream of skies my mother's eyes have seen. Aurora Borealis, Alaska. My brother and me held hands, breathless, as we watched this dancing rainbow shimmy across Alaska's sky in a skirt of night and light.
It's beautiful, isn't it? Did you guys also notice that this font up here is the normal text, and then down here all of these words are in what we call italics? Did you guys notice that? Why do you think that is? This one's in a normal font, and then this one is in italics. See if you pick that up the rest of the way through.
Paper candle holders. Next day, Grandma lays out paper bags, scissors, and paint, teaching me a kind of magic she and Mama used to make every December in New Mexico. Luminarias, New Mexico. I scalloped the tops. Mom painted happy faces. After we were done, our brown bag candle holders bloomed bright, lighting up the night.
Ooh, there's a bit of rhyming right there. So her and her grandma are doing the same kind of craft that Grandma and her mom used to do. Are you guys catching that? So these poems are the little girls. She's the narrator. And these down here are what her mama wrote when she was young, growing up.
Who is she? It's funny to think of Mama making a mess with arts and crafts, or playing, sand in her hair, giggling like a kid, like me. White Sands National Monument, New Mexico. I scaled the first dune, brother close behind. On 3, we rolled down the mound, tumbling in sand and laughter, ready to do it again.
Oh, that's just my door. Someone's coming in the door.
Snow Dream. I flip through old photos of Mama, smile at the snowman that stands taller than she. I never get to see snow where we live. Colorado Springs, Colorado. Dad came home with skis short as my little girl legs. I strapped them on tight, shuffled across the backyard, flying downhill in my dreams.
Okay, so they've moved from New Mexico and now they're living in Colorado. And they're having to do that because her dad is in the Air Force. And a lot of times families who have parents that work in the Air Force have to move quite often.
Imagine, 3 days of not seeing my mama feels like forever. I bet she used to miss her dad, gone for months. Garden of the Gods, Colorado. On Bring Your Dad Day, I brought along a photo of the two of us at the Garden of the Gods. I clutched my photo, wishing.
Oh, what do you guys think she's wishing? Think she's wishing her dad could be there on Bring Your Dad Day? But he can't, because he's